Hello there, you're now with me, Douglas Elliott, for the quarter-hour news update at 5. Our top story. Sarawak's Deputy Minister of Education, Innovation and Talent Development, Dr. Anwar Rapai's recent selfless act on board has got the attention of Malaysia Aviation Group Chairman Tan Sri Wan Zulkifli Wan Arifin. In a letter of appreciation to Rapai, Wan Zulkifli sing praises of the Nangka Assemblyman for his swift action for rendering medical attention to a passenger on board flight MH2521 from Kuching to Kuala Lumpur on September 6. During the incident, a passenger on board was reported to have experienced breathing difficulties due to asthma, prompting the flight crew to make an emergency announcement requesting for medical professional or doctor on board. Fortunately, upon receiving medical attention from Rapai, the patient's condition improved. Sarawak recorded a surge in rabies cases affecting humans, with 17 cases and 15 deaths as of January 1st to September 17, compared to the same period last year. Sarawak Health Director Dr. Ui Chu Hak said of the 17 cases, Sibu recorded the highest with 5 cases, while Serian recorded 4, 3 in Kuching and Bintulu respectively, and 2 cases in Sumarahan.
An assessment of 4 fatal cases occurring in August and September revealed that 2 instances involved victims being bitten by the pet dogs, while another case entailed scratching by the pet cat. In contrast, another victim contracted the infection while handling the deceased pet dog Cockers. It was noted that none of the 4 individuals sought medical treatment at any healthcare facility following their respective incidents. Consequently, the public is strongly encouraged to promptly seek medical attention if they experience bites, scratches, or come into contact with unfamiliar animal remains.
The 12th Malaysia Plan Midterm Review was presented today in a special Dewan Negara session where it outlines policies and initiatives aimed at enhancing the country's development and the well-being of its people, with a particular focus on achieving the goals of the Madani economy. Economy Minister Rafizi Ramli, who tabled the motion, which also increased the expenditure ceiling by 15 billion ringgit, will be debated by Senate members of the 4-day sitting.
Rafizi stated that 12th MP MTR gives new priority and emphasis on policies, strategies and initiatives for socio-economic development and steps to enhance the country's governance, with 3 main focuses, that is strengthening sustainability, developing a prosperous society and moving towards a high-income nation. The motion on the 12th MP MTR involving a total allocations of 415 billion ringgit was passed with a majority voice vote in the Dewan Rakyat on Tuesday. Therefore, Rafizi expresses hope that all the senators would give their cooperation, support and blessings for the government's efforts to plan and implement the national development agenda in line with the aspirations of Malaysia Madani.
In other development, Economy Minister Rafizi Ramli also stated that the government will organize a startup convention in the near future, among other things to produce more local technopreneurs. He added that the development of startup companies is a prerequisite for accelerating the country's economic transition towards technology and digital-based industries.
He said this when tabling the motion for the 12th Malaysia Plan Midterm Review at the Dewan Negara. Rafizi believes that the government would also ensure that the venture capital ecosystem continues to be strengthened to expedite the formation of technology-based startups.
Welcome back. Hands-on learning is an indispensable component, particularly within the realm of a technical working environment. In the ever-evolving and unpredictable landscape of the oil and gas sector, readiness and resilience become invaluable assets when operating in the field. At Institute Technology Petroleum Petronas, their program and environment serve as fertile ground for embracing experiential learning, resulting in indelible experiences for their graduates. One such example is our fellow Sarawakan, who has embarked on a 10-month pre-employment sponsorship program. Our reporter Cheryl Sheminato in Terengganu will bring us much insights into this dynamic learning environment. Over to you, Cheryl.
All right, thank you, studio. You're now with me, Cheryl Sheminato, and I'm still in Kuala Terengganu, this time in INSEP's facility. And one of it, as I mentioned earlier yesterday, was the UDTP, Upstream Downstream Treatment Plant Facility. Hence, I'm now at the first level of the UDTP. But before that, let's take a look on those who have graduated yesterday and their success stories, and of course, those who have completed their 10-month program under TEP through INSEP, who just graduated here, right here. Let's take a look.
Seorang juru teknik yang kompeten, bukan hanya dari segi hand skill, tetapi dari segi attitude dan disiplin yang tinggi untuk melakukan sesuatu task tersebut. Sebab skill kita orang boleh belajar, tetapi attitude dan disiplin sangat susah untuk kita terapkan dalam diri kita. So, for me, aspirasi saya menggalakkan juru teknik ataupun trainee ataupun orang-orang di luar sana untuk lebih mengenali budaya dan etnik di sekeliling kita untuk mencapai suasana kerja yang lebih harmoni.
INSEP tu sebab INSEP tu setidaknya ada sediakan kami orang tempat pembelajaran yang kondusif untuk para trainee sebelum kami orang masuk ke alam pekerjaan sebenar. Lepas ya, setidaknya INSEP tu pun ada sediakan UDTP plan, UDTP ya, Upstream Downstream Training Plan, untuk kami orang pola hands-on sama macam dekat actual plan lah. So semua benda ya kami orang training di situ. So semua equipment yang INSEP sediakan dekat UDTP ya, semuanya just media pembelajaran. Safety bukan cuma technical je, tapi safety ya pun first dekat INSEP tu. So bila orang kerja kelak, benda ya memang sangat-sangat penting untuk kami orang aplikasikan dalam kerja. Jadi contoh kelak orang kerja, contoh ada apa-apa emergency kah, kami orang dah aware sebab dekat situ pun kami orang dah aplikasikan benda ya. So bila dah kerja kelak, saya dah apa yang macam shock lah bila benda emergency ya jadi sebab orang dah terbiasa situ. Contoh macam untuk wanita lah, mun sidaknya rasa tidak mau jadi technician, tapi macam yang kita tahu, perempuan kan minoriti. Kita sifatnya takut pun sebab ini tu semua orang macam Petronas tu-nya diversity lah. Jadi jangan takut sebab bila kita minat, kita mesti berusaha juga untuk dapatkan benda ya. Sebab ia adalah minat kita.
All right, and those were the aspiring stories, the inspirational stories and sharing insights who came from the few Sarawakans who graduated yesterday. Among them mentioned on the training, some of them had to transition, and coming here is also academically, mentally and physically as well challenging. However, INSEP has provided such a strong facility for them to have trial and error, to make mistakes, mistakes, and also to provide world-class facility here is the real like a mock-up of the UDTP itself. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we just have a further insight into the first level of the UDTP. I'm now currently at the downstream treatment plant, okay, and there are 3 here: upstream, downstream, and also the storage center. And the students and the trainees here, they are working in 3 teams: one for HDC and one for CDC, and also one for the utilities itself. So they all work together in 3 of these teams are working together, and they are answering back to the CCR, the control room as well. Everything is monitored live here. And of course, are you wondering why am I in PPE? This is part of their safety measures: helmet, goggles, gloves, everything button, and of course a full-on PPE suit. So this is actually to avoid risks and precautions, right? As this is the way for them to manage the risk. They also mentioned that they did some drills as well. Every Thursday, they have drills, emergency drills, where they ring the bell, to prepare them to face the outside world, as working in the oil and gas industry poses its challenges, is ever evolving, and you have to be ready all the time. Now I would just like to share with you that this here behind me is a very vital part of the downstream plant. This will be the separator, and the separators also as well working in also the same in the oil rig. So the separators, this will be the low pressure separator. Above it is the high pressure separator. So how it works is that from the high pressure, it will go down to the low pressure separator, and the process of them getting the so-called crude oil here, they're using mineral oils, but they're using the distillation process, which will separate from oil, gas and water. And of course there are a few more technical parts, but this is one of the main things, because this separator is alike with what they use in the platform. And also we'll mention that this facility here can accommodate at least 1,500 barrels. So that's a number, and maybe in the real offshore site it will be around 30,000, 40,000. So hence these are among the facilities, and of course everything is equipped like the offshore. The only difference is that it's on the ground, right? And I guess that's all I have to share. For further insights, do stay tuned to TVS's official website at tvstv.my, and also all of TVS's social media platforms. That's all from me, Shol Chamato, and videographer Anthony Salingao for TVS, Kuala Terengganu. Back to you, studio.
Thank you, Cheryl, all the way from Terengganu. Right, see the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. More headlines anytime. Visit our website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media. And before that, your feedback matters, so be sure to scan the QR code at the top right corner of the screen. And those were the quick updates on TVS News at 5. I'm Douglas Elliott. Thank you for watching.